everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Cowboys going up against the Browns. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the Dallas Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Cowboys. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the former Mississippi State product, the mobile quarterback, Dak Prescott. Now the first carry for an Ohio native. It's Ezekiel Elliott. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Okay, starting lineup time offensively, Charles, for the Dallas Cowboys.
And how about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line. And they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right decision. When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for them again.
A second down throw for Prescott. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
If your day involves blocking Danny Shelton, you better pack lunch and dinner. It's an all-day job.
So second and medium, 2nd and 5 now. Shift together here from the D-line. Prescott now on second down. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Prescott looks to throw on first, and he will find his man on the outside. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller. Give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. On play action, they'll throw. He'll find his man on the comeback route. Complete. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
And now a first down following that long gain. Going to give this time to the tailback. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Uh-oh, Charles, now you get to talk about your old spot, the secondary. Very key here in this one.
Yeah, you have to cut me off because, you know, I'll talk about them all game long. Love to see those guys match up and challenge the best wide receivers.
Seven yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Elliott. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was.
Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And as the referee is under the hood, and we're seeing this as well, he's watching the knee, isn't he?
Similar to a bang-bang play in baseball where you're listening to the sound of the ball hitting the glove at first base while watching the runner's foot hit the base. Which one came first? Did the knee hit the ground, or did the ball come loose?
After reviewing the call, the replay field is reversed.
They come out here in the eye. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's got daylight. 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Their dangerous wide receiver. 66 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And he's got his man on the out route. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
So that'll do it for the first quarter as we kick off another season. It's a close game here early on. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. That's taken on the 25. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Deep drop. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one goes for 24 yards.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. A first down carry by Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
One man in the backfield, Elliott. He'll get him running right. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd down, Prescott. That's caught at the 1. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise.
Taking it right down Broadway. 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 75 yards. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Travis Coons now to add the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Prescott from the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's third down for this offense. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So that's the word from the referee. Neutral zone infraction, 5 yards.
And, of course, the defense is always pointing at the offense about how they drew them across. Flag goes against the defenders on that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. So we just witnessed touchdown number 1 for the Rook, and certainly that's a football he's going to want for the trophy case.
Yeah, this is one that you don't spike, right? This is one you don't throw to your teammate and let them celebrate. This is one you keep for yourself, take it over to the equipment staff and have them mark it up, put it away, and then you get it later on. And as you said, mount it in your trophy case. Fantastic. Hopefully the first of many.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So a good grab there. And here's a guy, he had to learn the offense quick, just picked up as a free agent earlier this week.
And usually there's a connection, isn't there? A past coach, someone from the front office who knew him from before and thought that he could help this team.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Back to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And some room to work. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Here we go now.
They'll throw now on the final play. Surveying the field. Looking here for Schmidt, and that's caught inside the 30. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Browns trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Cowboys deserve to be ahead, but will need to put together another strong half. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. Cowboys have it near the end of one. On the run, the ball comes loose. Browns will pick up.
And actually, Larry, hold that thought. We're right back to the action. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this
you're
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They go play action here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And, Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. His throw incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle to Smith. And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the seemingly endless drive continues. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now back to throw. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Devin Smith, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns get a score closer. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Coons now here to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Prescott looking for his running back, and he's got him. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And following that penalty, the offense really backed up now on 3rd down. Third and long for Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Their dangerous wide receiver from 3 yards out. And the Browns are back within a score. An out route there for the score. A quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands. Knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
Now Coons on to add the extra point. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be...
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, Elliott. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Finding time. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
This is taken at the 15. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard. Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, but when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
They got completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Here we go now. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Gets it to Gordon. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory.
All right, here we go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the comebacker. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run the option left. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
It's me and you. It's just me and you.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jalen Smith in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon with time running out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. And everything's going to rest on this drive. Can they keep them out of field goal range, because a field goal would win it?
So now you're in that position of you can't just back off and give them easy throws. At the same time, you don't want to press them so hard they go over the top and beat you deep. So you're playing a tight defense with an idea that you have the lead, whatever you do, don't let them in the field goal range and give that up.
Maybe tight, but not too tight, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's perfect, right? It's kind of like lacing up your shoes. Get it exactly right and no more.
See if they lace them right.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
He's got time. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense puts the ball on the ground, but they pick it back up. Now they face a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last shot now for Prescott. Hopping over the top, and that is incomplete. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Cleveland, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.